medicine that trains your body to fight any foreign agent.
Plants are helpful for the ecosystem.
It's an electronic device for storing and processing data.
The nervous system is all the collection of nerves in your body.
Yeast is a eukaryote.
Welcome to Spectacular Science, where it's all about science, with your host, Akshay.
Hey listeners, welcome back to this episode of Spectacular Science. I'm your host, Achoo! Oh, sorry about that. I'm your host, Akshay. I've been outside a lot, and there's been a lot of pollen in the air, and I think I'm allergic to pollen. But what are allergies? And what goes on inside our body when we have allergies? And why does it cause our body to react the way that we do? I know that I am allergic to pollen and some foods like milk and nuts. But how do those allergies actually come about? And what goes on inside of our body? Well, in this episode, I'm going to take you inside the human body to discover what happens when some people have allergies. Alright, let's get ready to dive inside the human body. So first of all, let's start off with the introduction. What are allergies? An allergy is your immune system's reaction to certain plants, animals, foods, or insect bites, or other things. Your immune system is a system that protects you from diseases by fighting germs like bacteria and viruses. Now, those are actually things that your immune system needs to fight. But when you have allergies, it overreacts and tries to fight ordinary things like grass, pollen, or other certain foods. This causes the sneezing, itching, and other reactions that you get with allergies. The substances that cause allergies, grass, pollen, foods, pets, insects, or other things, are called allergens. When your immune system reacts to one of these allergens, you may have symptoms, and that means that you're allergic to it. So you can sneeze, you can get hives, which are kind of like swelling points on your skin. And some of these common allergens are dust mites, tiny insects that live in dust, protein found in pets, and even grass, flower, and tree pollen. That's what I'm really allergic to. And also mold. And I'm also allergic to such foods such as milk, wheat, soy, eggs, nuts, seafood, and even just legumes like peas, beans, and peanuts. I'm allergic to some of those too. So, some of these allergies can cause sneezing, a runny nose, itchy eyes and ears, and a sore throat. Other items on the list, such as foods, may cause hives, a red bumpy itch, skin rash, a stuffy nose, stomach cramps, and vomiting. Less often, allergies can cause breathing problems and wheezing, as shortness of breath or asthma. Some allergens, such as foods, are a problem all year long, but others might bother people only during certain seasons. For instance, you may be allergic to pollen from the trees, which is present in the air only in the spring and fall. Now, how do we actually get these allergies in the first place? Where do they come from? Do they just appear out of nowhere? Well, people may be born with a genetic tendency to have allergies, which means that they're more likely to get them than other people are. Many allergies are hereditary, which means that they're passed on to people's kids in the genes or DNA that they get from their parents. So you have a better chance of having allergies if your mom, dad, or other people in your family have them. People can also develop allergies when they are babies, children, teens, or even adults, although allergies often decrease in older people. Many people can also outgrow allergies. Other allergies can last your whole life, although they may be less severe or more severe at different points of your life. So, your immune system basically overreacts to when it sees something that you're not really familiar with. So let's take an example right here. Let's just say that a human inhales pollen from a flower or a tree or grass. Well, as they inhale it, it goes through their respiratory system, or through their nose and throat and lungs. And inside of there, these specific cells actually detect that something is there, and they act as if that's an intruder in their body, when really, it's really not. And what the immune system does is it tries to fight it by trying to get rid of the allergen, and that's what causes all these symptoms. It's basically your body fighting that allergen, and these allergens may not even be real, because these allergens are just your body's thinking. So basically, they overreact. And if you sneeze when you have pollen allergies in particular, your body is basically trying to get rid of that pollen using the nose, and the pollen gets caught in your saliva, which you sneeze out. And basically, allergies are just your body overreacting to something that it thinks is a threat, but really it's just something that you should be used to. Now, there are a few ways to contain or even cure these allergies. One is called immunization shots. You know how you get all these vaccines to protect you against viruses and bacteria, like the flu? But you can also get these vaccines for other things like pollen or seasonal allergies, mostly. And these immunization shots help train your body to better fight these. And instead of trying to cure your body from the allergies, it kind of reduces the impact on you. And you get these immunization shots to help you overcome these allergies over time. Sometimes allergies also fade on their own, which is another story because the body's getting more used to having that allergen around. But these allergies can still last a lifetime, and some people also take medicines that help them with this. And allergies are really interesting because your body is just taking one thing that you know a lot and overreacting to it. I'm a person who has allergies myself, and it's really just amazing to think about how these allergies actually start up in the first place. Of course, they might not always be fun, but it's fun to think about how our body works and just how complex our human body is. And not everyone has this, and that shows that every single person is unique in their own way. It's really amazing. You know, I wanted to get a better way to explain to people what allergies are and how they form and how they get into your body. And that's why I'm asking you for help. Yes, you listeners. Check out the activity that's linked in the show notes. And that activity actually guides you to create a poster on help people understand what allergies are and what cause them. Click on the link in the description below and send me your pictures at having an adult email me at podcast@spectacularsci.com. I can't wait to see your amazing posters and how you would like to teach everyone about how allergies work. You know, I should really get to work on my poster. I have to create my own, right? Well, before I go to my art studio /science lab /observatory, okay, there are a lot of uses for that room. Well, anyway, before I go, what did we learn today? We learned that allergies are when our body overreacts to some kind of substance, which is known as the allergen. The allergen can be anything such as milk, nuts, pollen, and even dust. These allergens trigger some immune responses, or our immune system responds to that allergen, and it tries to fight it even though it's not really a threat. And it's fighting it as if it was a virus or bacteria, but really it isn't. It's basically our body just overreacting to something. And we can always reduce or even just wipe out these allergies by taking medicines or even having immunization shots, which means basically injecting that allergen into you, and that helps train your body to fight it more easily, and it also gets more familiar with it. And these allergies are actually passed down mostly by genetics. And if someone in your family has allergies, you're more likely to have allergies yourself. Sometimes allergies just develop automatically. It's really cool to just think about how unique our human bodies are and all the things that are going on inside our body. It's amazing just think about it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spectacular Science. Spectacular Science is produced and hosted by me, Akshay J. Raman. Our theme song and additional music are by Charan Ramachandran. Special thanks to Varun Ramachandran. Please visit my podcast website, spectacularsci.com, to find interactive activities, blog posts, and all of our episodes. That's spectacularsci.com. Please subscribe or follow this podcast wherever you're listening right now. That could be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or Amazon Music, or anything else. Please subscribe and follow this show. This really encourages me and helps me keep making new episodes. Thank you so much. Remember to also sign up for the Spectacular Science membership. It's a free membership, and you can get bonus episodes, activities, and the fact of the day, a fun science fact every day. Sign up at spectacularsci.com/membership. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, and we'll see you on the next episode of Spectacular Science. Bye!